Time now for me to review the third episode of Star Trek Starfleet Academy. The episode is called Vetus Reflux. It's so bad it practically gave me acid reflux. You may be surprised to learn this episode is even worse than the previous two, and no, I am not exaggerating there. This is an appalling hour of television. Darum Raimi is the jock's name. Now, I actually didn't know that because I had to look it up. His name is said so quickly that I missed it the first two times it was said. Standard New Trek. He's one of the few white male characters on this show. The episode opens with him sending an audio recording to his parents, explaining how he's getting on in Starfleet Academy and how he's striving to be the best. He gets up very early in the morning before everyone else and starts training. But then he's shocked to discover that smirky girl boss, Genesis, is up and out of bed even earlier than him. She says something about getting up at 4:40 a.m. for speed and agility days and 3:30 a.m. for power days. And now she's off to the track for sprints. And then says, "See you around, sleepyhead." This is likely inspired by that whole get up at 5 a.m. self-help fad that's going around. Unsurprisingly, it's not actually healthy to deprive yourself of sufficient sleep, but whatever. It's a stupid scene designed to once again put the confident white male in his place by a smug, strong female character. The episode is all about the cadets and training and a conflict they have with the War College. Once again, we have number one, the half Jem'Hadar, half Klingon female character, shouting obnoxiously at them as a motivational drill instructor. She says, "Show me you're worthy of this uniform." There's a montage of some training scenes, and you have to stop and remind yourself that this is supposed to be the 32nd century, when you have characters like Vulcans, right? Aliens saying things like, "Dude, what was that? You're the best in the War College, and he smoked you." There's also a line in there, "Cadet Mir for the win," right? So modern sort of internet speak. So the episode has yet more contemporary millennial dialogue. The fact that they speak the way young people in the 21st century speak today is one of the many ways that the show breaks suspension of disbelief, in my view. Also, it's one of the many things that makes the show just unwatchable. And also that constant incidental background music that's playing all the time. It's like some teen comedy show or a cartoon. It's so unnecessary and just extremely distracting. In a pointless changing room scene, Darum explains how he dates not just women, but men as well. Modern Star Trek. Anyway, the main cut and thrust of the episode is the conflict between the War College and the Starfleet cadets to see who's the best, and they pull a series of pranks on each other. But why is the holographic female character doing any exercise or training? I mean, she's a hologram. Did anyone understand the logic there at all? So, number one explains to Captain Ake how the Oversight Committee is coming, and this turf war is a pure disaster. Again, the quippy dialogue and diction feels clunky and like it was written by a 12-year-old. Also, I don't know what it is, but Holly Hunter's enunciation at times isn't always great. A lot of her lines can be hard to make out. And, just so you know, it's been confirmed that these two female characters, number one, and Tig Notaro's character, Jet Reno, are, a couple. That's confirmed in this episode. Like a romantic couple is what I mean. So, I'm sure you're delighted to hear that, although not surprised. Yep, this show definitely is feeling more and more like The Acolyte with each passing episode. So the episode focuses on a combat game called Calica, and it's a bit team deathmatch, a little bit capture the flag. Alongside that, we've got the B-plot with Caleb and his Betazoid love interest introduced in episode 2. It's just so bland, there's no chemistry between them, and the performances are so stilted. It just feels like two actors reading through their dialogue. Then there's the other characters, who really are just cutouts. Genesis and Darum are interchangeable and unlikable. They're needlessly antagonistic to each other. The Klingon guy is really just a gimmick because his whole thing is that he's not a warrior. He's just sensitive and doesn't like fighting or combat. There's generic insults about mommy and daddy issues and that sort of thing. This episode was an especially difficult one for me to sit through because basically nothing interesting happens. Although we do get quite a bit of the captain's feat, yet again. Because the writers think a character is deep and well written if they have odd, quirky behavioral traits. Captain Ake likes to teach the cadets the values of empathy and patience. In the end, all this fluffy, gentle, feelings-based teaching is absurd, and in real life, in a real military situation, it just wouldn't work. Because you can't coddle these kinds of youngsters. Starfleet is supposed to be a military organization, and merit matters more than luxury beliefs like equality and inclusion. The Academy is supposed to be about finding the best of the best, not making everyone feel included. It's not daycare. It's not a modern university campus filled with social justice ideology. It's supposed to be a place that separates the wheat from the chaff, the bad from the good, and the good from the great. And even the great from the exceptional. It's highly competitive by nature and rewards only the most talented and capable. But this series makes Starfleet Academy feel like a charity or a boarding school for lost youths from broken homes. This episode was utterly appalling, and to make matters worse, these episodes are long, like 1 whole hour, as opposed to Star Trek's traditional 45-minute format. I mean, it's just excruciating to sit through this garbage. And I've got more to say about this, but I'm going to save it for another video. What struck me was just how incredibly pointless this episode was. There's nothing here to build a compelling story on. The conflict between the War College and the Starfleet cadets is predictable, and it's basically a tired trope at this stage. The War College characters are all one-dimensional and cartoonish. The story lacks any sense of stakes. You can predict the whole thing. The students don't learn any valuable lesson. And we're 3 episodes in, and I'm left wondering, is this going to be rock bottom for this show? Or does it actually get worse from here? Without doubt, I think this is the most stunning and brave that Star Trek has ever been. Well, anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. I intend to boldly, or rather stupidly, go where you don't have to, which is I'm going to watch the next episode and do a review of it and tell you what I think. I mean, it's this bad now. We still have 7 more episodes to go for this season. That's going to do it for this one. Thanks very much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the Dave Cullen Show channel. Hit that like button, hit that notification bell to be notified of future updates. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.